Today I'm going to take you through a great little mobility workout, what I call the 10 by 10. 10 meaning 10 different exercises, and the other 10 meaning 10 repetitions for both sides or even one side. So the first exercise I'd like you to do is just do some arm circles. And we can do 10 here, nice and slowly with both arms, or you might want to do 5 with one arm and then 5 arm with another. But you can go 5 backwards and you can go 5 forwards. Don't push this too much, just slowly release the shoulders, get nice and round as you go. That's 9, and then 1 more. That's 10. That's the shoulder rolls. This exercise is called the couch stretch. So as you would be sitting on a couch, you get in that sort of seated position with your heels underneath your hips. You can choose to do this with your shoes on or off, it's up to you. Ideally they're off, so you're getting nice and relaxed. And then you're actually pushing your chest out. And then squeezing your chest in, pulling your chest out. What we're doing here is protracting through the shoulders and then retracting back through the shoulders. Really warming those shoulders up, stretching them back in the positions they actually should be for their posture. And also getting our breathing going as well. 6, 7, 8, pull them forward, 9, and 10. That's a couch stretch. This next exercise is called toe releasing. And I like to have my shoes off to do this one because you really want to be able to interlace your toes with your fingers. Now that might be a bit tight or a bit too difficult for some people who don't take their shoes off much. So you might be quite tight through the feet, but essentially what we're trying to do is open up and expand those toes so they're re-stretching out the ligaments. So you can get that finger placement in there, and we're actually going to do some release work by doing some heel rotations, or what you call plantar rotations as well. So you get your sort of massaging that area of the balls of your feet just below your toe. You want to do that 10 times on that foot. Now if you want to go a bit more and you're really into this, you can just keep going, and you can go the other way if you'd like to. And then of course you do 10 times on the other foot. Interlace your fingers first, really open those toes up. It's a good time to check in with your feet as well, see how they're performing. If they're having any strain or any sort of issues with injuries, you can really work on that. That's toe release. This exercise is called sit to squat. So you're in a sitting position and you're actually trying to bring your bottom up underneath your heels and then walk your hands in. So you're actually going into a squat position. Now if you're ready on the first set to go into that squat position, by all means try it. If you're trying to do this at home and that's too hard to do, what you can do is you can go up to a wall or something that's sturdy and then just lower yourself down until you feel you can't go any lower. Do that for the first set. Stand back up, shake your legs out, and then repeat. If you're able to do this on the ground, this is much better. We're going for a lot of range through the hips here. So I'm walking my hands in and then going to that squat position, trying to have my heels nice and flat. Walk myself back out, shake my legs out. Now if you have a stomach that's too large for you to get up, then of course try the standing position. Otherwise what you might want to try and do is put one leg forward and get in that position there like so, and at least you're in a kneeling position. You're able to work on one leg in order to try and open your hips up a little bit. If you come back down again and you're still unable to get up, you can actually do it on this leg. Try and get yourself up like so. Go back, that's about 6 I think. Come up again. At least you're kneeling, at least you're actually opening up your hips and start working that mobility. That's 7. I'll finish my last 3 here in that squat position. 8, push your chest out, come down, walk yourself in. 9, last one, and 10. That's sit to squat. This exercise is called hip openers. So with your shoes off, ideally, you walk your hands in underneath your hips, you put your elbows on the inside of your knees and you're pushing your knee outwards. You're trying to open your hips up a little bit. Don't overforce this, just gently push it out. Doing it 7, 8, 9, 10 times and then 10 on the other side. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the hip openers. You can repeat that a bit more if you'd like to. Otherwise, that's hip openers. The fifth exercise is called leg raises. This next exercise is called leg raises. So you're actually lifting the legs up and then down. Up and down. If you want to gently go out for some little circles, you can. Otherwise, stay in the same plane. 6, 7. This is working your hamstrings. Also working your abdominals and your hip flexors. That's 10. And then do the same thing the other side. If you'd like to put a band around your foot, you can actually do that. That way you're bringing your leg back even further, taking that stretch even further. 8, 9, 10. That's called leg raises. This next exercise is called knee sliders. So you're actually putting your hands behind the back of your knee and you're extending your leg nice and straight. Now what this does, it warms up the hamstring. It also creates some blood flow through your knees, which doesn't really get a lot of blood flow. You're trying to increase activity in your lower limbs. 8, 9, 10. Good for people who have a lot of crepitus and a lot of tightness through their knees or any sort of knee issues over the years. So this is a fantastic way to add some circulation, add some stretching into your routine. You'll feel that just in general walking around after this will be much easier. That's a knee sliders.
This is the lower back stretch. It's one of my favourites for really warming up the lower back. So you lay on your back, you bring your knee up and across your body. You don't have to push it too hard. You can even turn that more into an iron cross exercise where you straighten your leg and you bring it across your body. Not too fast because you're trying to activate those transverse muscles. That's 2. You can bring your leg up. And again, if that's too hard, you can bring your knee back and make it more gentle. 4, 5, 6. I'll make this a bit harder for myself now. Stretch your legs out. 8, 9, 10. That's the lower back rotation stretch. This exercise is called an Aframe, and essentially you're trying to get your body into an A position. So you're on your hands and knees, hands shoulder width apart, feet shoulder width apart, up onto your toes, and then you're trying to push your hips up as high as you can, and then hold that position. Now with your upper torso, you're trying to push it through, so you have a nice straight line between your head and also your hips as well. So if I push through, I should have a nice A position. You're gonna hold that for a few seconds, come down to that hover position again, and then prepare for the second set. Push right back on your heels, down, up. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the Aframe. This is the Forearm Matrix. This is a great little workout to release all the tension in your forearms and your wrist. It's 3 different exercises. Someone's going to take you through them. Go on your hands and knees, and you're doing palm heel raises. So at the bottom of your palms, you're trying to raise the heels of your palms off the ground. Just 10 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time you're actually going to reverse. Bring your palms right around, or as far as you can go. If people don't do this stretch much, they're unable to go right all the way around. Depends on your flexibility. And this time you're going to rock backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want a wrist come up onto your wrist, you can also do that as you come up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. This one's called back of the palms. So you go in the back of your palms like so, pointing your fingers towards you. Now go backwards and forwards again on this one. If that's way too painful, what you can actually do is just put one hand down the ground as you support and then concentrate the other one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the forearm matrix. So with all those exercises combined, you've got 10 great little mobility exercises you can actually do as part of your warm-up, as a separate routine. It's great for recovery, getting circulation to the working muscles, flushing out the system, getting some activity when you can't go outside. In the living room, at home with the kids, they can join in on this. It's a great little workout, the 10 for 10 mobility workout.